Alright, I'm back with another Destiny 2 video. I'm pretty sure I can show the hotfix notes without being copyright struck. I think that is dying down now, hopefully. I wouldn't normally make a video about a hotfix, but given that there are no real new story developments at Reset today, other than a very great Saladin, well, it's a Keitel message about Saladin and how he's doing on the ship. Definitely go check that out. It's well worth listening to, and it also comes with a lore book kind of expanding on what happens. In short, Brackus Forge is now Valus Forge. He got promoted already, and you can log in and see how that happened. It's pretty good. Anyway, this hotfix does a number of things, some of which we were expecting, some of which we weren't. I just wanted to go through some of the kind of major points that have been highlighted here. I'm going to skip through a lot of the fixes other than, say, the Gambit fix, which no longer means you can't just go one-shotting everyone with Ariana's Vow. That was a very annoying period of Gambits. Pretty much every game I played, someone was doing that when I was just trying to play a couple games to get pinnacles. Extremely irritating. Gambit has enough problems. Who knows if anything else broke. This is just a bunch of fixes for Throne World, Vow Disciple, Witch Queen campaign. I don't know if any. I don't think these are too significant, but we will see. I haven't played Vow enough to even know if these are like really prevalent issues. But what I think is the more major section is down here. So I'll just go through these. They fixed an issue where Gambit focusing for weapons was like really expensive, so they changed it. Rahul is now not gouging us on rates for materials, so he is matching Spider's old rates. I'm still hoping to get some Spider lore. I haven't seen any this season. Maybe I missed it. They fixed it so weapon telemetries don't drop. I was still getting some of those. I have no idea why I was getting them in the first place, but that was apparently a bug. This is a bounty progress for the Vanguard. I did notice this. The Omega Catalyst boost was only 3x instead of 4x. I finished it anyway just because I played enough. Emblem thing, doesn't matter. Players who found themselves unable to unlock or acquire a light subclass should now be able to do so. I logged in today and once again got a new quest about my solar subclass on my Warlock that I cannot delete, so I find that pretty annoying. That's been an issue for pretty much since Witch Queen launched. It just like gave it to me again for some reason today. Not great. Players should find the associated pursuits in their inventory. Okay, so yeah, I hope they fix that, but we'll see. Fix an issue where Ritual of the Season Triumph could be progressed with PvE skills outside of Vanguard playlists. Okay, whatever. Fix an issue with the seasonal quest steps could be blocked if players have reached the Psionic Intel inventory limit. Oh, this is the thing that was happening every friggin' week, except now the quest is over and it doesn't matter anymore because I already finished it. This is when you had to like delete the whole stack of materials because it wouldn't recognize that you already had the max. That was very irritating. They've also giving inconsistent rep bonuses. Whatever. Okay, so this is the big one where they're increasing the elemental currency caps. They did a whole TWAB thing about this where now all of the 250 ones are 1,000, but they are just deleting that entire batch of currency. All of those perk-based elemental, whatever they're called, currencies are being deleted at the beginning of next season because they were kind of remnants from a different crafting system that they didn't really use, where you were going to like extract individual perks and things, but that didn't happen, and now it's just a bunch of redundant currencies. So those really shouldn't matter anymore, and you can feel free to probably, if you have any stored weapons vaulted that you thought you wanted to save them because you're over the caps and the other stuff, now you can take those out, no problem. And so apparently the sleight of hand trait perk had incorrect crafting requirements. I haven't seen that. Gameplay. The Explosive Personality Grade Launcher was not using the correct RPM stat for waveframes. Was it better or worse? I'm not sure. Backwards Lament Ornament. Okay, this is the one that's pretty significant. Well, ish. All glaives now reach full charge after 4 successful projectile hits instead of 6. This is a buff not just to shield generation on glaives normally, but as I was talking about earlier today in a post, the exotic glaives are all super irritating because it requires a full magazine of shots to charge them in order to activate their exotic perk that you have to like do after you have max charged your energy meter. Now it only requires 4 hits. This is not going to make them good. They still suck. This mechanic still sucks. I do not like the energy bar on glaives, period. I think they should probably just change the shield to be like, kind of like so sword blocking works with the recharging meter, and this whole energy bar thing doesn't work. And I think those exotic glaives just need really, really extensive reworks. Like, it makes no sense for, say, the Hunter Glaive that has Chain Lightning to require you to hit 4 times the thing, do a charged reload, and then do a little tiny Chain Lightning thing, when freaking Risk Runner and Trinity Ghoul exist as primaries and just Chain Lightning all day, all the time. I would just like, every hit should be Chain Lightning to some degree with that thing. Like, I don't know why they kind of held back so much here. This, it is a buff, but it's not enough of a buff. We'll see if they change things in the future. But I think those require larger reworks, and I wonder if they'll even do it at all. Okay. Fix an issue where the previous reduction of melee recharge rate for Gambit and Forfeit is accidentally applied in PvE. So, fix an issue with the Titan Helmet where it would consume class ability upon death without spawning a sunspot. In the case of taking enough damage to fully deplete your health, will you still have any shields? The Lorelei Splendor nerf just still sucks. Like, that was good for about a week, and then they made it take your class charge, which is extremely bad, and now it turned it into like a garbage tier exotic. This was even worse because you could just die and lose your class ability energy, and like either you're not spawning a sunspot or you're spawning it and you're dead and you're not around to use it. So they made this like actually really cool, and they turned it into something terrible. I hope they fix that. This is not a fix for that. It's just making it slightly less worse so you weren't just losing your ability charge for no reason at all. I know some people, were able to apply all the raid mods before they got them. Use the first free chest farm if you want those mods, the old-fashioned way. Fix an issue where some armor is not appearing. Yeah, I'd heard about some sets. I think the Pathfinder set wasn't there. Somewhere armor could be infused. Not sure why you would do that. And then Umbrals could give the wrong armor to Warlocks. Have not seen that. Boss combatants no longer take additional melee damage while frozen by stasis. I assume that was part of some crazy damage stacking thing that someone invented to do crazy damage to bosses. Sentinel Titan's Bastion Barricade now takes 20% increased damage from player sources. This stacks with other sources of anti-emplacement damage like breach armaments or anti-barrier rounds. Wait, anti-barrier rounds do extra damage to barricades? I guess that makes sense. I didn't know that, though. I know people are complaining about like barricade spam in PvP, so that appears to be why that is happening. This also gives Hake a little bit of a boost here, too. So this is a big one coming up here. This is one of the reasons I wanted to talk about this. Targets with void invisibility active now ping the radar for 0.6 seconds every 3 seconds until invisibility ends. Normal radar visibility rules still apply, i.e. when you double jump or sprinting, you will be on radar even if you're invisible. Now that we've seen feedback and data from the first weekend of trials, we want to take a few steps to address a few outliers in the Void 3.0 subclass kits. These changes are targeted specifically at PvP and don't affect the PvE sandbox. Yes, because your enemies do not have radar, as far as we know. We believe that some frustration stems from the prevalence and will taper off over time as additional subclasses are brought into the 3.0 system, but wanted to address what we can before the next trials weekend. As always, we'll be on the lookout for feedback and we'll adjust when needed. Okay, so this should help with the ridiculous amount of invisibility spam we're seeing in Crucible right now. This could push more people to do the Stasis Hunter Arms. What are they called? They're in my build. I don't remember what they're called, though. The one that makes your grenade giant and mitigates damage. Resonance something? I don't remember. You know what I'm talking about. That might be a new meta. I've been using that a lot. I just use that in Iron Banner all morning pretty much, and that was a lot of fun. Less invisibility, the better. I haven't had like a huge problem with Invis because it's pretty easy to like see the Invis people. I do think the radar issue is one of the main issues, so I'm glad they addressed that though. And then fix an issue where Child of the Old Gods could damage some targets through immunity shields. Well, the child will not be put on timeout. It now knows better and has issued heartfelt apologies to all targets that it has damaged through immunity. We're thankful to have such a good child and are proud of them. This has to be Liana. I don't know who else would have written this. That's pretty funny. Okay, so that is a pretty significant patch, both in terms of like Gambit's fixed, Glaive's got a little micro boost there, and then these are some decently significant PvP changes for everything that was being spammed so much. Nothing on overshields, but barricades themselves now take more damage, so that is good. You will note that if you're using Heart of Immol's Light, that increases your barricade hit points if you have stacked other abilities being used first. So just a heads up to get around that if you want. The only thing at reset really that's going on is they launched Legend Psyops that they were 1550, not match made, of course, which is deeply annoying. I think the only really reason for them to exist is there's like a challenge that gives you another upgrade for the war table for doing one of those this week. I assume the future weeks will have, I think it's a weekly rotation, so it's EDZ this week for Legend. And I assume the future weeks will rotate through them for more insight, but like I don't really know why these exist. I don't actually have to farm psyops anymore because I have every weapon pattern, so there's no real reason to do it, but I guess I'll just do it for as we work our way toward the achievement there. I am going to go get my free raid chest ×3 with my weapon pool that has only weapons and no armor. Love that thing. Never want to run the raid again just so I can keep doing that, but I probably will at some point. So anyway, so yeah, pretty big hotfix. Decent amount of stuff in here, and again, we are mostly done with like Season of the Risen stuff for a while, and then we are going to have Guardian Games as like the main event. But yeah, go listen to the Kaido message; it's very good. And yeah, I'm gonna go head out there, do a legend run, and some chest farming and things. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later.